Welcome back to Full Beans, and on today's show, we got MotoGP is set free, the shortest man on the track scores a point, and the tallest Japanese citizens turned 70 today.
I'm pretty sure he's the tallest. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Godzilla. Happy birthday to you. Anyways, today is Godzilla's birthday.
Yep.
Well, at least it's going to release on Godzilla's birthday.
Yeah.
Did you know?
I didn't know, but now I know he's turning 70 years old.
Official Japanese citizen.
Yeah. I don't know if is that considered old for him or young? I mean, he's still fighting out there strong, so.
But is he okay? So we looked it up, and that's his birthday. But he doesn't come out. He's not born that day.
In 1954.
Yeah, because it said that's the release of his first movie.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't come in like he's not like, and then like he's.
I guess
he was already.
Born.
Yeah.
So I guess we don't know the official date when he was born, but as far as in the records, it was April 9th. Was it 1954,
yeah,
right,
1954.
Frankie?
Yep.
And
I think this is his 70th birthday, unless we do our math wrong here.
Yeah, it should be. It should be his 70th birthday. Like we mentioned, he is a Japanese citizen.
He's a Japanese citizen, and I want
to.
If we may be wrong here on Full Beans from time to time, more times than not. But I think it's a pretty safe bet that he's the tallest Japanese citizen ever to live.
That's for sure.
I mean, come on.
I don't think I've ever seen someone taller than a building or coming out of the sea.
Anyway, speaking about Japanese citizens, the Japanese citizen on the grid scored a point.
Yeah, congrats, Yuki, for his fellow Japanese. What's it called?
It was a point, right? 10th?
Yeah, it was 1 point.
10th?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10th.
Qualified pretty good. He qualified, I think he qualified.
I think 13th.
No, because I think he made it to Q3. He made it to Q3. He might have qualified.
If
9th.
only someone could click a tab that says qualifying and make sure that we're saying correct things.
I'm pretty sure he qualified 9th. No, he didn't.
He qualified 10th.
He qualified 10th, my bad.
So, I mean, at least he held the position.
He did. But see, a big story with this one with Yuki is that he knocked out Daniel Ricciardo out of that Q3 spot. Yep. So Daniel Ricciardo I think he was 10th, right? Or something like that. But he finishes his lap first. And then right after, Yuki comes in and ¿sabes qué? Bam. And knocks him out of Q2,
And then, I mean, that could be argued that because Daniel's in that spot, it causes the kerfuffle in turn 2.
Yeah.
On the first lap.
And it's unfortunate because, I mean, I think everybody knows his scenario, his scenario right now in Red Bull where his seat is kind of in danger. I mean, it's just rumors. Ricciardo's seat.
Yeah, I mean.
That they gave him an ultimate. Here we go again.
We're gonna put a compilation of Ozzy trying to pronounce words.
Well, they told him that if he doesn't start doing better or just as good as Yuki, potential cut. And we know how Red Bull is so cutthroat.
I mean, he shouldn't. Let's be honest. And you know me, huge Danny fan.
Same.
But he should not have that seat. That's a racer development team, and he's not a developing racer.
No, he's just trying to get his career. I mean, it sucks how his career is kind of taking a shit, but
a nice way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, but it is what it is. I don't know how he's gonna turn it around. He has to really put some strong performances in.
Speaking about career-changing events. Let's talk about MotoGP a little before we come back to F1.
Okay, so we're shifting a little things.
Let's come back.
Big news in the racing world. MotoGP has been purchased by Liberty Media. And if you don't know who Liberty Media is the company that owns Formula One or owns a part of The rights part of Formula One.
It's a complicated system that we don't quite understand.
We don't. We know
we're simple folk here,
and they own, but only in the U.S. like something like that.
Yeah. So before they purchased, the rights or whatever it is that they purchased of F1, we only had one F1 Grand Prix.
They're the ones that brought you the fabulous Las Vegas Grand Prix, and we saw how a success that was. And Miami. And I don't think, are they part owner Austin? I'm pretty sure too, because when they purchased it, they just had Austin, and then they're the ones that brought in Miami and Las Vegas.
Yeah, so here we've tried to cover a little more MotoGP, but it's not very easy. It's not the easiest sport to cover in terms of logistics, like when we're watching it, how to watch it. But let's see if it starts blowing up, because every time that I read something about it or I watch a clip, it looks entertaining. We've talked about it a little. We have watched a little about it.
Yeah,
we have watched it a little bit. And
our most viewed TikTok is
us being wrong. Us being wrong about something about MotoGP.
On MotoGP.
In our defense, we did say, I don't know.
We were trying to learn about MotoGP.
And we got bullied.
Well, it's all right.
Cyberbullied.
Now, hopefully, Liberty Media can blow up MotoGP and it can bring it to the States.
So that we can learn about MotoGP.
Exactly. So David doesn't have to go through the trauma that he went of the bullying. And but are you excited now that they purchased MotoGP?
Pros and cons, right? It's a little exciting, but we have seen what has happened over here with the prices of F1.
That's true.
In the Americas, in North American races have just doubled, if not tripled, in race price, and
they made it unaccessible to like the normal folk people to go see a race.
And it's upsetting because, and then like the Europeans, what are they complaining about our 3 Grand Prix when their Grand Prix are a 2-hour flight away?
Yeah,
like the Austin is 3-hour flight. That was the closest one. Austin, Mexico City from us is about 3 hours each flight. Las Vegas was the closest one. They decided to
they priced everybody out.
Just absolutely a joke of prices.
Yeah.
Monaco doesn't cost as much.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Miami is a 6-hour flight. Like it's not like it's $1,000. It's a $500 ticket, roughly.
Yeah,
a flight just to get over there. When we were in Europe, we saw one flight from Barcelona to Amsterdam, $30-$40.
$30-$40.
Like, come on, like it's BS that they're complaining about how many Grand Prix we have.
Yeah,
we're way bigger.
Like, don't you exactly? You don't know how big the U.S. is. Pretty freaking big.
So there's that, and then but we see the prices of everything. So while they might bring more MotoGP races here, which will be interesting, I would like to see more MotoGP. Currently, we have. One
in Austin.
At COTA. And then I don't think we have any other races here in North America. I don't think there's any more MotoGP races.
There's not one in Mexico?
I don't think so, there is. I could be wrong.
Disclaimer. David could be wrong.
I could be wrong, which is not uncommon. But I don't think we have any more here in North America. There is some in South America. I know there's one in Argentina. I don't know if there's multiple in Argentina.
Yeah, so as far as like we know, MotoGP is pretty big in
Spain. There's like
South America,
seven races in Spain.
Italy, and like it's a pretty entertaining sport. I think as far as like it's entertaining in the start and at the end. Well, towards the middle part, it's kind of
the same with F1.
That's true.
You get that lull in the middle, and I'm talking about from the like average viewer that doesn't really look into how the pits change everything. Mm-hmm. Like someone could this week, there was a Mercedes going on with a one stopper. They tried to start with a one stopper, and I think a lot of people could misunderstand why when they call Checo in and they put him on a second set of mediums. So that Checo has to go on a 2-stopper.
Gotcha.
Like that I think there's more nuance to that, and I don't think that's like something that everyone understands. Like, that's obviously going to hurt Checo because you got to stop twice now. Mm-hmm. And Mercedes are only going to stop once.
Yeah.
Obviously that wasn't the case, but I think at that point you're like, it's not as you're not as engaged. I think it's the same thing as what you're saying. I mean, there's no pit stops in.
So do you think this is a good thing that they bought MotoGP, or do you think it's more of a con? I think it's a good thing.
I think it's more of a good thing, but I'm saying there's pros and cons because I remember looking at the price for the Coda Grand Prix for the MotoGP, and it was not bad.
Okay.
It was not bad for the weekend, nothing compared to F1.
I mean, at the end of the day, they think about money, right? So they try to get their.
So we'll see what we get.
Yeah, because it was bought like at $4 billion.
Yeah.
So a big price tag on that.
I mean, yeah. So we'll see how that develops. Hopefully,
we're excited to see what comes up. When news comes up on it, so
we may have to add a third segment to Full Beans.
Yeah, of MotoGP, and
a full-time segment.
And I think that's it for that topic. No,
I guess we can get back to the shit show that is F1.
And now, exactly. We can get back to the Japanese Grand Prix, Japanese fans, Japanese trees,
some of the best fans.
Yeah, some of the best.
Some of the most creative
arts and craft fans.
Some of the best hats you see. If you don't know,
the hats.
I've mentioned it before on the show. Look up Japanese Grand Prix hats. They got the best hats out there.
Best hats out there, dude. Hands down. No one
comes close to the hats.
No one comes close to them, dude.
Dude, I saw some guy. I saw some guy dressed up as Guido from Cars. So he had the fro. He had the two little Ferrari signs. Mm-hmm. And then I think there's a little banner. But I remember looking at it and I go, I think that's Guido. It was I looked up a photo and it was him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you don't know who that's the forklift?
Yeah, if you don't know who Guido is, the big movie Cars, he's the little forklift that does a pit stop within like 1 second.
Pit stop.
And it's a one-man pit.
Yeah. He goes over to Lightning. He takes off all four. He takes off one tire.
4 tires.
Launches the tire up. Goes to the next one. Launches the tire up.
Yeah.
Goes to the other side. Launches the tire up. Goes to the other side. Launches the tire up. Who throws him? I don't know how he gets the other tires. And boop, 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 boop.
He's the GOAT, dude.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure every pit crew member out there
aims to be Guido.
As fast as Guido.
Yeah. So
that's funny that they brought that up.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
I saw it. It was good. They're good. They got the best. Creative. They got good creativity over there in Japan. Mm-hmm. Good fans. Everyone. It's a great track. I mean, I really like the track. Other than my blow up, my sim blow up.
Oh yeah, nuclear disaster right there.
We've talked about that before. We don't have to get into it now.
No.
But yeah, it was what'd you think? It was a decent race.
I think it was a good race. We saw some overtaking. Not the most exciting one, I think, so far.
I think this one was exciting on what I was saying earlier. I guess I'm a little contradicting myself. Is that the pit stops was like the most entertaining, right? Because there was
strategy.
There was 2 strategies that were being played out here, and like multiple teams were trying each strategy. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was the most interesting.
The 2-stopper was the slower one. I think that they said. Than the
before?
Yeah.
Like before the race?
Yeah.
And then it turned out not to be the slower one.
I think it still turned out not to be the slower.
Well, like we said, because Ferrari did it. Leclerc did the 1-stopper. And Sainz did the 2.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was the direct comparison, is what I'm saying.
But Sainz started in front of. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay, never mind. Scrap everything I just said. But David's right.
That's. I mean, that's just to be the baseline.
Okay.
Here,
but yeah,
everywhere.
It was a good race as far as I think. I mean, we saw some overtaking, but not that much, though, did we?
We saw some good moves from Checo. Checo had some ballsy moves.
He did.
Stroll had a one really nice overtake that I enjoyed.
So Verstappen wins the Grand Prix again.
Verstappen starts in first, finishes in first, qualifies first.
Yeah. I mean, this time he only won by 12 seconds, so I guess ahead of Checo.
I mean,
so
Checo's
good, right?
closer to him this season than last season.
And he does look more comfortable. Like, I don't feel so... When he's in second or he's trying to overtake someone, I don't feel so nervous that he might crash or anything.
Yeah, but the thing is, the one opportunity he had...
He did,
he squandered. It was already squandered. It was already squandered.
Yeah.
By the time that opportunity came, he was already not in a position to capitalize.
So, I mean, we've talked about this in the last episode, but the only driver that still looks in favor of getting that Red Bull seat, it's got to be Carlos Sainz. Because
round of applause for Carlos Sainz. Once again, better Ferrari driver. Once again, Ferrari blundering strategy with race, not giving him the seat next year.
Every race this season he has been on the podium, except the one that of course he was driving
in hospital for.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's just I mean, it's kind of bittersweet to see Carlos Sainz being so good, and this is why, because every good race he has is a bad race for Checo. Mm-hmm. Meaning that unless Red Bull want that, unless Red Bull want someone who's not actually going to challenge Verstappen toe-to-toe and has to beat him in other ways.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, once Red Bull has to be choosing who to give the best strategy to.
Yeah, maybe they don't want that headache.
Yeah, maybe they don't want to, exactly. They don't want to put themselves in that situation.
Yeah, but if they want a good pairing of drivers, they have to go with Sainz next year, especially the way he's performing.
Exactly. Because the other talk was Albon, but what has Albon done the last
couple races? Again, nothing against Albon.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. That move from Williams to take Sargent's car, it was just karma this week that Albon on first lap of the race, no fault of his own, into the wall. It's just karma. And freaking Logan couldn't capitalize on anything. Pissing me off.
He crashed out and goes into
the
dirt. Yeah, on the track.
And
that turn was getting a lot of people.
Yeah, it was. It got Checo once a little.
It got Leclerc.
Leclerc once a little. There's another. I think
Stroll. It got Sargent.
It got Sargent. I don't know. There's another one.
I think it got a Haas. No.
Maybe.
I think it's.
But yeah, I mean, it's again nothing against Albon, but that decision, regardless if it look, I understand that strategically that was better, but there's just some lines you don't cross.
Yeah, and that was.
And to me, that was a line you don't cross.
That was a hard line,
especially when he was the one that crashed out. Like he crashed out. He damaged his car. Like that's it.
Moving on to Alonso, had a good race. I think the last races weren't that great for him, no. But now I think he finished fourth, was it? Or
but what?
Sixth. Okay.
But what was that? He's insane when it comes to. I'm just gonna drag this person along and use him as a
little buffer, or as a little defending.
You know what he used him as? You know, in Mario Kart, when you get a little shell and you keep one shell. Oh. In case someone tries to hit you from behind,
like a little
you know shield. How you hold it. You know how you hold that shield, that shell.
Yeah.
So if someone tries to red shell you, it hits the shell.
He's crafty.
That's what he uses. That's what he used Piastri as.
He's a crafty
dude. He's crafty crazy. Guy. He used Piastri as a shell.
His IQ level of
his racecraft.
Yeah, is. I don't know. It has to be 100, dude. It has to be 100.
On a scale of 100.
Yeah, none of this 99 thing. 100, dude. It has to be 100.
It comes with experience, right? Being the longest tenure driver on the track. What's the age difference between Fernando and Piastri?
Oh,
Piastri,
it's gotta be like at least
Piastri
20, no?
never had a chance, dude.
Nah, there's no way.
And the thing was, Piastri was on him for how many laps? How frustrating is that?
Yeah, and Piastri had
him for so long.
He had
Alonso's 42.
He had the faster car too. So, and Piastri is no joke either. He's good. He's a well-skilled driver. So almost 20 years. 21.
20.
No, 20.
19. But Piastri's birthday was this week. Happy birthday to Piastri. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Piastri. Happy birthday to you. Anyways, back to Alonso. Just mean.
Imagine it was his birthday too.
This is birthday episode right here. We should have had the little cones.
Yeah, the little
birthday. Yeah. But and then Russell coming in and poor Piastri not having a chance.
Yeah, Piastri will get to that level though.
He will. I think he's fallen back a little from last year because last year, the end of last year, because McLaren's car was just on another level at the end of last year.
Yeah, they had it tuned up.
Yep.
Norris is kind of pulling away. It's crazy how we saw when Piastri was kind of getting close to Norris or even sometimes beating him. And now Norris is like, oh, okay, and he stepped up his game.
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's impressive to see.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's interesting.
So that was basically the top 10. Lower 10, I mean,
I don't know. Alpine just look a F2 car. If you're being nice, it looks an F2 car.
They brought upgrades, but it didn't really help.
I mean, Logan Sargent is not great, and he was
Logan
before the spin out.
Yeah,
he was like 15 seconds ahead of him or something. I don't remember. It was just some ridiculous gap.
Yeah,
to the Alpine, and I was like, dude. How are you so slow compared to Logan needs to step up his game, but dude, Alpine is F2 right now. He
needs to get a good clean weekend. Maybe he doesn't score points, but if he gets a good practice P1, P2, P3 practice session,
I agree,
and a good qualifying session and a good race under his belt, he can build up from that. No crashes, no spin outs, I mean, you always make a mistake, but little bit of mistakes, he gets a good clean week out.
Not into the dirt like that.
Exactly. Then no one
he has to. I don't know how you see how fast he put it in reverse.
Yeah.
Every time I feel like they put it in reverse,
that was impressive.
I know it was because I feel like every time they put it in reverse, it takes them a good little chunk.
It's like you have to code through.
Yeah, I don't know what they do. I've heard some explanation of how they do it. I don't know, man. It's like programming your remote, your fob for your car. You only got to open the door 3 times, turn on the car 4 times.
Yeah. What's it called? So yeah, if he can get a clean weekend, I think he can really build on that and get better and put all of this behind him. The car crashing, the other car being swapped out, putting him on the bench.
Yeah.
And he could just move forward because he needs to start putting in some performances or it's going to look.
He does.
A little scary towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
But I think that's it, no?
Yeah, I don't really have. A Stroll was complaining about their straight line speed.
Yeah, it was nowhere close to, I think, what's it called? The Haas's, no?
The Haas's, I guess. And
yeah, that's saying something. So.
And I guess on Daddy's boy
complaining about the car they bought him.
About the spot they bought him.
The team they bought him.
$1
million team.
Although Daddy Stroll, come on, come sponsor us.
That's true.
We'll take all your money, Daddy Stroll.
We will.
No problem here, Daddy Stroll.
I mean, we'll be happy with the freaking F4 team, So we don't need F1.
Okay, well, I guess on that,
Daddy
Stroll. Oh wait,
no,
a reveal we must make.
Oh, you're right.
A reveal we must make.
I forgot about this.
Quick, we'll end on that bombshell.
Yes,
a reveal. Frankie, you're up. This was your job to remind us, and you're sitting over there behind the mic, not saying anything.
I'm making sure everything's running smoothly.
It runs smoothly, Frankie.
Go for it, Frankie. We got another.
Now, since this is the first episode of this month. As we said, we're going to start doing these reveals every month. Frankie's favorite POV. Let's see what we got for April, Frankie.
So this was the month of March. Say goodbye to cooking botas with just an apron. And let's see what's next for April. April Fools.
Oh my God. Nice little fishing. Is it fishing?
I think that's fishing, yeah.
Oh,
fishing back, fisher's hat.
That's a bass if I've ever seen one right there. That's a bass right there.
I think you're getting good with
these butt puns.
Yeah, these butt puns.
And on Botas bass right there. Delicious bass.
Yeah, you like to get that bass.
Right? And I would. And Daddy Stroll's money. Full beans out.
Signing out.
See ya.